Yes. It sounds so good. Celebratory gesture. Right. If only we didn't have to wait 8 months for its release. Smiley face. Maybe if we try hard enough we can score some marks. Crossed fingers, crossed fingers. I think I would actually pass out if that happened. Embarrassed smiley face.
I feel like I'm dead. I'm alive, but I'm dead.
Guys, I saw that I had an email from NetGalley, and so I opened it, and I just found out that I got accepted for an arc of Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You know me, you know that I love Daisy Jones and the Six. I love Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. She's just one of my all-time favorite authors. Her characters are so great, and so I saw this and I was freaking out. I kind of applied for it just as a like, haha, oh, this will never happen, and it happened. Like, it's right there. And I probably should be acting all, you know, cool, calm, collected, like, oh yeah, haha, I, you know, happens all the time. But no, I'm freaking out. I don't know how to act right now. What is the rest of the day? This is all I can think about. I can't think of anything else. I'm about to read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I cannot believe it. I'm shook. I decided to vlog this because no one in my real life is going to care enough to listen to me ramble about this the entire time I'm reading it. So why not just hop on here and force you guys to listen to it? I mean, I guess not forcing. You can click off anytime, but no. So anyway, I'm going to start reading this tonight, and I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. So I just got done sprinting on Haley's channel, and I am loving this book so far. I just think that the way Taylor Jenkins Reid writes characters is just unmatched. I didn't know that this book was kind of a dual timeline. So we're following like the kids' present day.
Hello friends. Editing Meredith here. The kids' chapters take place in 1983, which is not the present day, but go off sis.
And then the parents back when they met and fell in love and got married. And so yeah, I didn't know that going into it. I knew it was about the kids. I don't think I was expecting so much of the parents, but I love it. I'm very obsessed. I'm about 25% of the way through. Something happened that I was just shook by. I can't explain it. I am so just invested in this book. I'm curious how it will continue. I heard that a couple people that really liked Daisy Jones and Evelyn Hugo were not the biggest fans of it. They didn't dislike it, but it didn't live up to what Daisy Jones and Evelyn did for them. It reminds me of Daisy Jones in the sense that like we're getting to see a lot of like the personal side of like McReva. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna make sense. I'm saying like a lot, but instead of it being so much from his point of view, which we do get a little bit, I like seeing a lot of June's perspective while she's staying home with the kids. And I don't know, I just really like it. I love the characters so far, and I have a feeling that this book is going to make me emotional. So I will update when I'm a little further along. I am planning to continue reading tonight. I mean, we just sprinted for like, what was it, 3 or 4 hours, but I still want to keep reading. I love this book so far.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Hey guys, so sorry about the appearance. I just got done doing a quick workout and read a little bit, and I need to shower and make myself look like a human. That being said, I realized I was on the 55% mark, and then I should probably do a halfway update on what I'm thinking so far, and I'm really loving it. I love this book. I think that Taylor Jenkins Reid just does such a great job with her characters and making you care so much about each and every one and their stories, and she does such a great job at tying everything in, and just I don't know, I'm absolutely loving it so far. Let me tell you, if some of the men in this book have anything, it is the audacity. I swear they just think that the world owes them everything and then everything should just work out. And it is really infuriating. That's a big theme in this book, which it's interesting to read from both June and Nina in the past and then Nina and the siblings in the future. If I had to rate it right now, it would be a 5-star read because it is just giving me the same feelings that I had in Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones, and so I don't see how it could turn for me, but fingers crossed that it doesn't. That being said, one thing that I love that she is doing in this book is the slight mentions of the world to make it consistent with Evelyn and Daisy. So for example, in Evelyn Hugo, the magazine that Monique writes for is called Vivant, and that's mentioned really quickly in this. I'll probably update around the 75% mark unless something happens that I feel the need to hop on and talk about. But yeah, fingers crossed that in the next clip I'm feeling the exact same, because Taylor Jenkins Reid is just a genius and I love her. So I'm currently at the 75% mark and I am still really loving this book. I saw that a main complaint of people who weren't huge fans of the books say that it kind of fell apart for them during part 2 because we focus a lot on other people at the party, so we follow them as well as the siblings instead of it just being about the family. And while I can see how that might throw it off, it's something that I actually really enjoy. I think that it puts me there at the party a lot more, knowing the characters rather than it just feeling like a random blob of people that she dropped at the party. And I also really love the way Taylor Jenkins Reid makes us as a reader understand flawed characters, because even though I know that they're bad people and I in no way condone their behavior, following their thought process and reading chapters that follow them closely, I just really begin to understand them. And I don't know if that's bad on me that I'm so easily swayed by the person that I am reading from. For example, we will be hearing about some character who just is making these poor decisions and they seem like just the scum of the earth, and then you'll read a chapter from them and while they can still be the scum of the earth, you understand why they made the decisions. And I just love that she makes me think like that, and I love that she puts me in their head. And I don't know, it's just something that I think she does wonderfully. It's still a 5-star read for me up until this point, and so I'm really excited to continue on. I think I might finish it tonight, which is actually really sad because I'm not ready to leave the book. I don't know if I'll update again tonight. I'll probably have to get my thoughts together, and so I will update when I am finished. Oh my god, I'm crying. So I have officially completed Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I don't think anyone will be surprised to hear that I adored this book. I gave it 5 stars. First, I want to say that a lot of my previous thoughts remain the same. These characters were just incredible. Taylor Jenkins Reid has this insane talent of writing characters that I so easily feel connected to, and rather than them just feeling like a character that I'm reading about, it feels like I know these people and like they are actual people in my life. And I don't know if that really makes sense because that sounds kind of crazy, but she just has a way of writing these beautiful characters that you just know so much about, that I don't know, her characters are just something that you have to experience if you haven't, because they mean so much to me during the book. I don't know. So as I previously mentioned, this book follows the Riva family, and so the family aspects are huge in this book, and that is something that I think I really enjoy in a book. I have a pretty small family and we are very close, and so family stories usually just really get to me, and this one was no exception. I bawled my eyes out at the end. The way everything is tied together and things that you don't think of coming back around, it's beautiful, it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking, it's just, I adored the characters, this book, everything. I'm also not a book crier. It is very rare that a book will bring out the emotion in me where I actually do cry, and so I think that really says something about her writing and her characters in this story. If you've ever watched one of my videos, I always mention that I'm such a character-driven reader, and characters play such a big part in how much I love a book. I mean, a story could have this amazing plot, and if I don't like the characters, I'm probably not going to like the book. And so having these wonderful, just such well-developed characters is my favorite thing about her books. I also wanted to mention that I still kept my feelings about loving the party scene. The more that we got to know these characters at the party and these guests that were there, I felt like I was there, and I felt like I was a guest that knew people at the party, and it was so easy to picture, because rather than it just being a group of people, that to me is so much harder to picture. Like, I kind of just imagine them as a big, I don't know, blob of people at a party, but instead she made it feel like you are looking at these individual people there. And so I was amazed. It was such a unique experience reading that. I loved this book. I would highly recommend it. It comes out June 1st, so I definitely plan on buying this on release day and hopefully reading it again, because it brought me so much joy in my heart. Even though it does cover some pretty sad and infuriating topics as well as family, it also goes into how women are usually viewed to be the caretakers and the one to give up their dreams to take care of family or fulfill these roles, whereas the men are kind of allowed to go live their dreams and aren't really held to the same standard as women. I love that that was a message of the book, and it was never something that she had to really outright say, but just telling the story, you realize how unfair it is and how infuriating it is for these characters that you grow to love so much, that you just want the best for them, and when they're not getting that, it's upsetting. I hope that made some sense. Like I said, I've been thinking about this book for a few days now, and I've written out my feelings, and I still just think I get so frazzled because there's just so much I love, and I still feel like I'm getting kind of emotional thinking about it, because I love them. I love the siblings and the family and just everything about it. It is so wonderful. So thank you. Oh my gosh, am I crying? I didn't want to cry. Anyway, thank you so much to NetGalley and to Random House Publishing for approving me for this arc. I was so happy to be able to read this. I hope you guys will all pick it up on release day, June 1st. I'm so excited to hear everybody's thoughts about it, and when it comes out, if you have any thoughts, please talk to me about them. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is when you're watching this. And if you would like to see any more bookish content from me, you can hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you did. And I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.